Hi, good evening, everybody. It would be nice to on the camera so that we can put the face to the name, right? In a normal meeting, we are also seeing you. Hi, Veronica. Nice to see you. Hi, Kwan Liang. Nice to see you. Let's see who else can on the camera. We just take a couple of minutes to just say hi to you. Thanks for committing your Friday evening, with to this talk, and we have an exciting talk today, exciting guest today, right? Please on your camera if it's possible, so that we want to so-called say hello to you in person, right? So who else can on the camera? I see Felicia. Hello, Felicia. Hello, Dominic. Dominic is my friend. Vivian, yes. Hi, I see you again, Vivian. Hello. Hey, Felicia cannot on camera, Felicia. Right.
Cannot.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So welcome everybody to this talk. Welcome to this talk. I would like to thank Civil Service Club for this speaking opportunity. And today I have with me my good friend Yan Chong Chai, who is expert in video, and he's the right person to take us through the topic. And what I want to say is that we are also streaming live on my YouTube video. Later, I'll make the link available to you, so that if you want to recap this meeting, you or this training, you can always recap it in your own time, because YouTube video you can play, pause, and all that. Okay. So without further ado, we would like to introduce and welcome Yan Chong. Yan Chong, take it away.
Hey guys, thanks Eugene for that wonderful introduction. Sorry it took a little bit of time with some technical difficulties, but we managed to get on track lah. I hope you guys actually had your dinner and trying to prepare to be a sponge so that you guys can like absorb as much as possible. And I hope I can dissect this little mystery thing called video marketing. And I'm Yen Chong. As what Eugene have introduced, I kind of do video marketing for about 4 years, and I work with agencies creating different visuals for their consumers. So it's very targeted. It's not just creating videos, but it's a strategic move to use it as a tool. Later, I'll talk a little bit more about what video marketing is and dissect a little bit more about the elements and what you should consider when using it as like one of your weapons for your business, or if you're just doing like a side hustle. So let me share my screen. Do let me know on the chat if you can't see the screen. Just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Can everybody see what's on the screen right now? Just kind of give me a thumbs up if you
Perfect.
can see, right? Okay,
Yep.
great. So this is the topic for today. Very strategically think with Eugene and kind of brainstorm exactly what we want to name it. So it's the joy of like using video marketing. So you can use it as your bread and butter tool. It doesn't have to be like everything focused on it as your marketing strategy. It's one of it. And I really want to drill a little bit more because it does help a lot of the businesses out there if you're doing campaigns, sharing your products or sharing your services. And of course, I will also dive a little bit about the 3 types of videos that you may want to use it for yourself. There's actually 8, but I'm gonna dive into these 3 evergreen ones, which is more relevant to everyone. It's a more generic kind of approach. And towards the end, there's a little bit of Q&A if you have any questions that you are not so certain, or maybe you have missed out, maybe you want to ask and just want to get a little bit in depth, maybe on your personal case-by-case basis. Okay, let me go to the next page. But before we go to the main topic, I do want to hear from you guys about the level of understanding or what's your situation right now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So if you are 1, then you just press 1. If you are 2, 3, 4, etc. For the first point, right, you maybe have used videos for your business or your hobby. If you are under this category, please feel free to type 1 in the comments or in the chat box. Then if you have watched videos before doing any purchase or any services that you are trying to get, then you can place yourself as group 2. Then group 3 can be planning. Maybe you are planning to use video marketing as a tool. So we kind of know which area of consumer you are. Maybe you are like a business owner and you're trying to use it as a tool. And of course, the fourth one, if you are totally like not certain what the hell is video marketing, then you also have a place so that we know what is the level of understanding in video marketing in this group before I go a little bit more in depth, because it's kind of nice for me to understand the situation of the group. Okay, let me see. Just have a quick chat. So some is 3, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and 2. So mostly are within the 2 and 3, being as a consumer and also like planning it as a tool. So you are more like a business owner slash hobbyist kind of situation. So you are more like the mid-tier kind of users that are trying to use it as a tool, which is kind of good, because the next slide I'm trying to share is this number 82% is been like is like our motto when we are sharing to all the consumers. This is one of the slides that we actually share. 82% of consumers, like we are talking about B2C here, all the global traffic, right, will definitely use video content. Right? Like if you are watching it on Instagram, Facebook, any information that you kind of come across, right, is definitely going through by video content or video streaming. During COVID times, video streaming is like the ultimate pinnacle. Like everyone's just using it as like transmitting information. Then now we are going back to normal video content itself. So whether you like it or you don't like it, it's gonna be a norm. It's gonna be how people consume videos. Long form content, short form content is just everywhere. So it's kind of good to at least know what are the benefits, and whether you want to use it or not is really up to you guys. And yeah, that's how we usually roll on at least it's something that is thriving right now. Okay, next slide. Okay, I was hand itchy because I wanted to kind of like wanted to use this thing called ChatGPT. I'm pretty sure everybody is raving it right now, right? Like if you are lazy to type and search like definition, you definitely want to find what is what would ChatGPT say if what to kind of define video marketing. I know it's very chunky. I'm not gonna even read this entire chunk. I'm also very lazy, so I have my own version, which is like this. So I literally just highlight the things that are important to me. So like what I mentioned just now, video marketing is actually a tool. I don't use it as like everything that I'll pack it, because I do have a wedding brand and I don't specifically use it just to market. There are other marketing strategy that we can use, but today just for video marketing purpose is for me to use it to just communicate. Like right now using Zoom, right? It's also through videos, it's also through motion. It's how we communicate our information to our audience through visual and audio. Something that is always very special is a lot of people don't focus a lot of effort on the audio part. So actually it's also another kind of bread and butter that you want to use it for your video itself. It doesn't just show montages of photos. It can be with other things that you can engage your consumers. And another part, besides engaging, is also entertainment. Because end of the day, we are still using social media platforms, right? Using videos. So it's still a social platform for you to entertain the crowd. But I'm not saying that you have to entertain every single content, but those that actually work are actually educational, engaging, and entertaining. It's just part of a formula. So if you really want to put it in that way, if you can't educate, then you entertain. If you can't entertain, you educate. So it's just like either or kind of thing. Because sooner or later, after you keep repeating this process, you'll notice that what are things that actually can gain traction and what doesn't. Not everyone can be entertaining, and not everybody can be educational. Sometimes you can be a bit of both, but we will try to see what like kind of like fits your kind of platform and your kind of crowd. Yeah, so it's not like a one formula fits all the other industries. It really depends on what. Like if you are a very serious, very solemn industry, like maybe whale writing, for example, you can't be entertaining with like funny and that kind of emotion cannot really get the attention of the people there. It's a very serious topic. So another part of video marketing is the ability to able to capture the story, the emotions, and the attention. Like imagine your brand as like an ecosystem, and you will be able to actually tell the story. It's not just about the product and services sometimes. It's really about you. It's really about why you make yourself unique. Because story, emotions, and these two parts, there's no way you can manufacture. It has to be from you. It has to be the founder, right? So it's something that is a very good tool that not a lot of people are trying to utilize it. that which I will actually share the bad habits of video marketing later on. One very bad habit that I always face with clients that they sometimes don't understand, but later I'll share a little bit more about what are things that you should not do when you're doing video marketing. That's like a little bonus out there lah. So generally, video marketing is just trying to engage, entertain with the communicating factor and also capture attention with it. With motion, with talking, with gestures, it does kind of blend in everything together, which on the next few slides I'll talk about like the elements itself. Okay, on a short note for itself, you can just kind of like take a screenshot if you want. These are the three main types of videos that is a must-have. I kind of bracket it as like a must-have because it's evergreen, like what I mentioned at the very start. You can don't do the rest of the type of the videos, but you have to do these three as sort of like a kickstart. If you have nothing, like you have zero in your, we call it video assets. These are the three assets that you at least need because you will notice that it's a repeating kind of thing. Like every new customers you come in, they will need to see these three or at least part of it, yeah, to really build the brand. So you definitely need a branding video, which what sometimes people call it introductory video. You see on like any short front, maybe through some ads, like 30 seconds, 15 seconds, to kind of have an idea of what they are trying to do, like maybe it's a service or a product. So branding videos can be as straightforward as possible. Like you try not to beat around the bush, but just trying to tell people what you want, which later I'll tell a little bit of like the structure and the element that actually helps on the branding video. The second video is actually the FAQ video. As you mentioned, it's like the frequently asked. I'm pretty sure like in your business or your side hustle, there are like 101 questions that your customers usually ask before engaging you guys, and it's quite repetitive. Like there'll be a few like super always repeated, and that's the few questions that you might want to take note. And if for like for you guys, right, if you totally don't know what kind of questions that your customers usually ask, you can actually ask your current ones. I'm pretty sure they have some questions that they have some doubt before they want to sign with you guys, right? So by asking them, they actually will give you all the information. You don't have one of the wrong moves that I see my clients usually do is they assume they know the answers, they assume they know the questions, then they kind of like set themselves up for failure because they thought that this is what the consumers or the people that watch videos actually wants to watch that. But more often than not, they are usually wrong. They might get a few right, but they might actually some of the videos may not gain as much traction because nobody even cares about certain things that they actually thought clients would care. So this part is very customizable, so you have to be very careful of what kind of FAQ videos you want to do. If you have your website that has all these FAQs, right, even better, you can convert it into videos instantly. Yeah, and the last video that I want to share is testimonial videos. Like, you know, when they share success stories, having like a before and after, you know, the process of going through maybe your product or your services, then you get your clients to even just share a little bit of like how they felt. I will share a little bit more like why these three videos are important, but these are the three main like anchor videos that we want to do. Okay, so why branding video? Like the first one. This is like the must. Like no matter what you do in any product or services, this is like a must. Because that's like your gateway to all the new customers. So the branding video actually what you need to do is because you need to build trust. Like before you even do a face-to-face, right? Like this face-to-face doesn't exist until your branding video is up there. As we are living in the online world, right? You can't possibly face every single customers because the first check-in is actually on your website or from your Instagram page or Facebook page. And you are losing out the opportunity to meet them face-to-face through a branding video. If you don't do that, right, you kind of like have a missing link. And the customers can't trust, like create this trust because there's nothing to link it with. All they see is just words, photos, and that creates zero branding. But one little side trick that I would want to share, if you are super lazy to kind of do this, is what I usually do is when customers ask from your website or inquire something, maybe through WhatsApp, for example, or through Instagram message, if they DM you, if maybe that's your funnel. What you can do is, this trick has helped me sign like at least 10 couples last year. is to just do a video introduction on the spot. If you are not shy in front of the phone or something, sorry, you can just use the phone, right? For example, like this is the phone. Then you can just like kind of press record on the WhatsApp video or like on Instagram, right? Just say, hey, I noticed that you sent an inquiry. I would love to kind of like share a little bit more about like my services. If you are free for like a Zoom call, we can just share a bit more. But like here is just a rough like rates that you're looking for. Then you can send the PDF. Then from there, right, they actually can see a face in the brand instead of just like, oh, I'm just a logo and just quotations. That doesn't create any trust. But by doing that video call, it breaks up that you kind of like ice break the awkwardness, when they are like a bit wary, but putting your face out there. So that's one trick that you want to do branding videos in a very straightforward way without really like, lights and cameras and everything. That's just one of the benefit lah, and a shortcut if you may use it as. The second reason why is you can introduce people who you really are, like popping out on the video and just say like what your brand does, and what you usually do and what kind of products you usually try to kind of share lah. One bad habit that now I want to highlight is try not to be too salesy during this period, this branding video phase. You don't want to just like, for example, Eugene is like, oh, I'm SEO King, then immediately you just share like all the packages out. This is like package A, B, C. Then it starts to get a bit overwhelming. Like, it's just like you are just doing some window shopping, right? Then suddenly this salesperson just keep bombarding you with all the things. That's just imagine that as like an online setting. That's exactly how you sound like on that. So try to use your real life situation to apply it on branding videos. You don't want to be too pushy, but you just want them to know, hey, I'm here and I'm just like you. I have a solution. If you are free, then maybe we can talk a bit more. That's where you start to filter them out using this branding video. You can use it as a filter system. And the last reason why is also create a positive awareness and impression, like popping out on screens. Again, ice break the whole situation, really make yourself more relatable. And we are not like a corporation. Of course, if you are building it for like MasterCard, Visa, then of course there's like a corporate branding. That's a separate thing. But if you're talking about just bread and butter, like a normal business, just a normal day-to-day business like our businesses, just simple branding videos actually works. Doesn't have to be super well produced. It can be just a simple sharing session. Yeah. Okay. Why testimonial videos? Is it's sort of like a people vouching it for you instead of you selling yourself. The last thing you want to do is like, I'm the best, I deliver what I deliver. It's much better that if it's Eugene's case, like Eugene like say, hey, Yan Chong do this. It's more convincing than I'm selling myself. So testimonial videos actually give you this credibility. It can be not so, I won't call it fake lah. It is more like strategic, like choosing the people that actually like your services or like your products instead of just plucking any random reviews and just like get them to kind of share the video. But main thing of the testimonial video is to motivate newcomers. So it's not just about getting the feedback from the old customers. Like a lot of people, they get testimonial videos, right? They're just trying to improve their current customers. But actually they could use their testimonial videos on the newcomers because they don't know the process. So they'll just assume, they will just have some imagination of how the services or the product is going to be like, but they never get to be in that. So having the old customers say how the process is going to be like, it motivates your newcomers to be like, oh, okay, so I see the end results from the branding video, and now the testimonial video is telling me, okay, this process doesn't seem too complicated, then it might be something that I like. Because sometimes, that you paiseh, you want to know, but you don't want to like disturb the business too much. So by us sending them these testimonial videos, like, oh, by the way, we have this, like, this is our past customers, they have been very positive. Maybe you can just watch like a minute of like our testimonial videos just to see how it's gonna be like for you. Yeah, then it creates this like, oh, coming into the space without being too intrusive, but they still get the information that they want. So there's some value in it. So again, this keyword value, I think I didn't key inside. I think it's something important. Like no matter what kind of videos you do, right, please deliver some sort of value. Don't just say what your own point of view, but you have to give the reason why I want to watch your videos. It can't be just a one-way traffic. It must be something that they can learn from, educate themselves on, or being entertained. Maybe your your branding video is more entertaining rather than educational. So it could be like, oh, okay, it's quite funny because like, you know, it's rather at least I watch something that is more worth my time. Yeah, so when you're crafting videos, you have to be more sensitive to the receiving end instead of just like my perspective. Yeah, so the last reason why our testimonial videos is actually create a brand image and to educate. It's very simply just that, like to have that and have for people to vouch, that creates a brand image. You kind of educate your customers what it's going to be like and also motivate. So there's like a lot of moving parts in just one video. So there's a lot of benefit in that. And when I say evergreen is you can keep use the like if your process didn't change much and you can actually keep reusing all these testimonials. So you kind of think about it, you just need to do once and it's set for life or at least until your business ends lah. I mean, depending on what kind of business you are doing. So you can keep using these kind of videos. Of course, it will be good to kind of refresh if you have new branding image or new customers that are trying to vouch for you. Okay, last part, FAQ videos. Let's keep it short and sweet for this one. For FAQs, it's just these three main parts. But I will highlight the third one because trust and value, just now I didn't mention, so I just kind of skip it for now. But the third one is important for FAQ is because online community can actually find it very helpful because you know why? There's like okay the gold mine for this kind of FAQ videos, right? It's actually on Facebook groups. For example, Eugene's like groups that maybe they need certain help. Then all these videos that you sort of you already know the answer. Like sometimes you ask maybe you join some business networking group, then maybe they need some help. And these videos may come handy if it fits that particular topic. Forums online like Reddit, Singapore's forum is actually quite handy. Like if you have the time, just spend a little bit more time to find the right community that needs help. Offer them all these already crafted video because since you already have it, right? So might as well just send them as like, oh, maybe this will help. They actually build rapport, again, build value and build trust. Again, it's about value, about the receiving end. So with that additional community, you actually can gain more traction in the relevant market rather than just throwing ad money into a random pool that is not tested. But a forum is already tested, the people are already there, the fishes are already in the ocean. There's the right pond for you to market these FAQ videos without even throwing ad money. So you can actually save a lot of time, a lot of effort by putting it in the right place. That's why we call it assets. Because the assets, right, you have to put in the right place to gain the most traction and the most so-called like free ads. You kind of can place it in that way. Okay, the next part of this presentation is the 3 elements of a good video. This one is the most important one. I call it HVDOC. I don't know how to rearrange because I still don't have a proper acronym for it. So I'm just gonna put it down here. If anyone has some nice way of naming it, please let me know. Because I still don't know what's have with dog. Just let me know any creative arrangement for it. Okay, this part, please screenshot it. For the next 2-3 slides, please screenshot. This is the most important part of why this whole presentation even started in the first place. Is about the hook and the video introduction. This is the first element of every video that you watched. Be it any reels, TikToks, YouTube shorts, you name it. Basically anything that starts with video needs this. Whether you are selling or not selling, you need this. So you have to ask all these questions before you even start crafting stuff. Which is like, why should they as a consumer, why should they watch the video? Why to stick around? Is there something that I can benefit from? What's in it for them? Like if I'm watching a video, it's gonna waste my time, then I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna swipe it away. So even if you throw ads, and somehow it landed on the consumer, they will also be curious like, what are you trying to do? Of course, you don't want to be salesy again. Once the moment they smell it's sales, or recently it's like scams. If they like, give me 1 minute of your life and I will show you, you can earn $10,000 in a month. These are the situation where, yeah, it's a hook, but people have already called it out as a scam. So have to be very careful how you craft messages because I know a hook is very, very seductive. Like, okay, but then if people can call out your bullshit out, if you can smell something is wrong, then you might be a bit more careful of how you want to copyright your video introduction. So these are the questions that you want to pay attention to, like what kind of benefits. I always talk about the receiving end because those are the consumers. So if you can't think of what they can benefit from, then maybe your video is not as helpful as you think it might help them. Because if they want to know your catalog and stuff, they can easily email you and you can easily send to them. So don't force too much things inside your videos. It doesn't benefit the consumer. It's definitely gonna be overwhelming. So try to keep it simple. Maybe share a one pain point, like the fourth question here. What is one pain point that you want to solve for your consumers? Is it like maybe one particular way, maybe for fitness instructors, okay, maybe there's one always a mistake that the customers always make, then you want to solve this for viewers, for example, generic viewers, then you might want to kind of share, oh, this is one method, you can solve your lower back problem, that I've always been. Then you can share your expertise, you can do a demo, then people will find that it is useful, then you become an authority figure. So a lot of keywords here, because I feel that it gives you a lot of power. Once they believe that, okay, I tried your method and it works, then it gives them a bit more trust to what you might want to share later on. Then they'll be more receptive of the normal things that you're trying to say in like all the products or services. When they fully on board on what you are trying to do and being very helpful, then they wouldn't have all these like blocks of like protection from them. So this is something that you want to be very careful. So just throw them as much value as possible. It might sound counter to intuitive. It's like, oh, okay, I'm giving them all the answers. But you shouldn't think it as the answers, because end of the day, right, they can follow exactly what you do. The result might not be the same. Like maybe I can share with you all the video secrets and everything, but to do it from scratch is going to be overwhelming, it's going to be scary. Hence, you need some experts. It's the same thing for any skill sets, right? Like if you want to kind of like you want to fix your own plumbing, you can watch all the YouTube videos you want, but you may not get the results. Hence, you get an expert. So vice versa for anything that you're trying to share on your own expertise. Just don't be too meow on your sharing. Just be as open as possible, and people can benefit and people will trust. So the hook, which is on the next slide, this part also important. This is a few trends that I've seen worked for my own clients that I'm sharing with you right now. This one is the latest and updated one for us. Camera shake intro. The first point is, it sounds a bit weird, right? Like what exactly is camera shake? You want it to be like as straight as possible, right? Why is the shake? So if you notice, if you are watching TikTok on just before you sleep, or you're watching on Reels or on YouTube Shorts, because nowadays all the videos are like 1 minute. So these are the space that you want to tap on because it's free marketing. Camera shake intro is like you have a phone, you kind of like press record before you place your camera straight in your face, and you want to just share something. It can be about your industry. It can be something something that you observe in the industry that you want to share. They always sound like they suddenly thought about it. But the truth is, usually when they do a camera shake and say, hey guys, actually, this trend has been happening, then when they say something about it, right, they pretty much is already planned that they want to do the video. They just want to sound like, I suddenly thought about it and I want to give the value to you guys. Like, this is just a trend, and people have been doing it in every industry. So a camera shake intro is just like, hey guys, actually I noticed that I've been spending money wrongly, and here's why. They like to add this thing, here is why. When they say here's why, right, you're compelled to know why. It's just like it's a trick. It's a trick for your brain. It's like, oh, okay, you ask a question. Okay, I want to know why. Okay, I'll continue to watch. If you can retain them more than 5 seconds, right, you have succeeded to be a video marketing expert. Because the moment you hook them up, right, then it's very easy because your video has been marketed properly. That's exactly what we want. It's a hook. It's really just to kind of like, I got attention. And you're fighting with a lot of noise in the social media space. So you have to be very careful how you're gonna craft the message. And of course, with practice, you're just gonna get more and more careful. You don't have to like spend too much resources on trying to think about it. You more or less can just share. Yeah, so try to be open with that. The second statement you can do is like saying something that's out of the norm, like just prove something is wrong. So like just not the same statement, like camera shake and just say, hey guys, you have been doing this the wrong way all along. Then they'll be like, oh, then the viewers will be like, oh man, I've been doing this wrong. Why? Then they'll want to know the answer. Then again, you are creating this curiosity in their heart, like, I need to know. Then they'll watch. So again, it's really about going against the normal flow. Like maybe especially dieting, right? Like people always say, oh, eat less carb, eat less carb. Then the contradicting statement is like, oh, you think eating less carb helps? You are wrong. Then once again, they start like, oh my god, why? Then if that message right resonate with that particular person, if you're throwing ad money and it's very targeted to that person, the person will get hooked and will want to watch more. So it's more of like being very strategic and not just throw any random branding videos like that. It has to be really customized. So that's where we come in and really just advise. Of course, stating the benefit immediately is one of the most straightforward way. Like, hey guys, I'm gonna share with you this one secret that I have to lose weight within 3 days, for example. I don't know how to lose weight, but I'm just stating as a random benefit. Then the moment you say benefit, I was like, oh, okay, within like 3 days, okay, let's just listen to what you have to say. Like in 30 seconds, I can just share. Just being straightforward, just giving the answer. They will want to know that. Then, of course, towards the end of the video, I will share with you the third element later, what you should say and do to continue that conversation instead of just like, oh, creating a viral video. It's not about just creating viral video. It's creating a video that has a purpose, and it's just one part of a chain. We're just creating the first chain, which is the hook and introduction. And of course, the latest trend is like a day in life with I call it state of job. It can be any job. A day of life of a bus driver, a day of life of an insurance agent, insurance agent that don't want to be salesy, right? You can just do that. Like, oh, okay, I'm meeting a client on 8 a.m. Usually, or do a gym. Just share lor, because people in TikTok space, in Facebook, they are very curious of what you are doing on the. You may feel that it's boring because it's your own job, but people from the outside world may not think the same way. Like I'm actually quite curious what for example Eugene do on a day-to-day basis as a SEO marketing person, right? Like he could be educating, then suddenly he gets help. Like another part of the day, he could be advising a client of his doing his SEO planning strategy. It's not giving answers, it's not giving like tips and tricks. It's just like, oh, he's just sharing his thoughts. So when people see that, right, people is relatable. Again, make himself human instead of just a product. By putting yourself out there and just say, hey, I'm just a normal person doing my job and doing it perfectly, it gives people that kind of confidence that, hey, okay, I can actually work with this person. So they know they can vibe with you without really meeting you, you know what I mean? So it's just creating this kind of vibe, which we want to make sure that we are not fake. Last thing you want to do is people can smell that you are just trying to brand yourself in a way. But we're going to make it as authentic as possible so that people can't smell you're just trying to sell. Last thing, don't ever sell. Just do all these little tricks and nuggets. It will help you with like much more than just selling products and services. Okay, the second element is to deliver your content. As straightforward as that. Literally create a video, right? The whole point of the element is to just deliver your content. Like if you can, the most straightforward way is to say what you want to do in the video within the first 5 seconds. Like, okay, in this video, I'm just gonna blah, blah, blah. Then make sure the moment you say finish that line, like, okay, here we go. Okay, the next 15 seconds is gonna be crucial because if your guest if the viewers, right, can't get that promise that you deliver at the start, right, they will drop off immediately. So don't drag it out. Like once you say, okay, I want to deliver this, I'm going to give you these 3 steps to attain something, okay? So just make sure you just deliver the content, either the educational part or the entertainment part. You need to deliver in one or the other. So just be very focused on delivering your content. Yeah, don't need to like fluff it up, you know what I mean? Like if you can say within 30 seconds, right, then just say in 30 seconds. Don't need to say until in 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Like if you're gonna say like this one tip, you don't have to say like, oh, previous customer also blah blah blah. You know, trying to be like this long and draggy video that nobody cares. So just be very tactful, and if you can go straight to the point, go straight to the point. Yeah, because everybody's time is precious. So just deliver the content within a minute. That's the best. Okay, this part also important. Please screenshot this. whatever hook introduction that you give all the you give your intro, your hook, you give your meat, which is the content. Just now you already did these two, right? So the video is already halfway, about three quarter done. This is the last quarter, which is the call to action. It applies across other marketing tools. If you imagine, like for emails, the same email list. For Facebook posts, for SEO, it's the same thing. Once you lead them to this part, right? Again, congratulations, because it's not easy to hook someone for 30 seconds. So you already gain that traction. Now what you want to do is a call to action, like exactly what you want them to do after watching your video. Even if this is entertainment, right? Please redirect them somewhere. Like if you want them to follow you, like for Eugene, he wants the YouTube to like have like 1,000, 2,000 followers. He will just say, hey, please follow me, subscribe, like my video. Yeah, just basically just tell people to do something that you want. Either follow your email list or just give me a like. This will really help us. But being honest, just telling them the action, you'll be surprised that actually most of the consumers are quite a bite to follow one. So a lot of people don't dare to ask, but actually it's important to do that, because if you don't lead them to somewhere, then this video is like dripping water, you know. You got new customers, but then you then put the bucket at the bottom, then there's no point for you to create all those videos, because end up it's just gonna flow to the drain. So please be very tactful. You can just say, hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you find it helpful, please subscribe, please like my video, please visit this link so we can get in touch with you if you want to know more about blah blah blah. So it's just as simple as like a 10-second sentence. You can literally convert your customers already, which is another topic, because this is like a funnel thing. I'm not sharing about funnels, but this is just like kicking it to the start of your funnel. Okay, the bad habits. Again, I had to reiterate this very bad habit. Please don't only publish products and services to just sell. I hate the word sell. It's not sell. It's really just sharing and giving back to the community, either through just sharing your expertise, sharing your experience. It's really just putting yourself out there as like a person of authority rather than a salesperson. Because if you're hiring a salesperson, you can easily get that. But we're not. When we are putting in your social media platforms, right? It's a social platform. So tell yourself, if you are as an individual, is it very irritating that someone is just selling you day in, day out? No, I can only do video marketing, or should sign with me. Doesn't really matter, because again, people that need help, right, will naturally go and find you. All you need to do, right, is to just put yourself that I am this person, I can do this. Then when they need that help, they'll remember, because you have all these videos that has been like planting into their head. Then when they start to correlate, like, oh yeah, I'll do SEO, okay, I'll get Eugene. It's like a natural kind of habit, because we have been always putting ourselves out there as a certain part of our services, or giving back to the community. Again, you don't even need to sell, because once you put it into forums, like what I mentioned, these are free and are free. You don't need to market, you don't need to pay for any AdSense. You can actually gain traction from all these forums, and all these like Facebook groups that need help. And from there, right, if they need help, they will naturally find our service. Then that's where you can start sharing about your selling, what the packages are. That's where they are more open to hear your idea. So never do this bad habit. Don't just jump straight to good marketing as like selling. It's not gonna help. Okay, I think I just nice share about 45 minutes of. I know it's a little bit dense, a bit. I already try to kind of simplify as much as possible. Okay, let me stop share this first. You can see my face. Yeah. So I share about 45 minutes. Because I know it's like an hour long, and I didn't want to put too much juice into this session. I know it's like a Friday night, everybody trying to party and like just want to chill with your family. Totally understandable. But with this sharing, I do hope that you have like an idea. It might not be as full on like need to start creating this, and it might not motivate as much. But I do like to share this kind of thing, because it's something that's very close to my heart, and it's much easier to create for yourself first, or at least see how people create. Like, you know, now when you see branding videos and you see other TikTok videos, I hope you can pluck out all the little hooks that I mentioned just now. I'm pretty sure you'll be more sensitive right now. Like, if this one is what Yan Chong actually said. Yeah, if you can notice that, right, then my job today is succeeded already, because I have made you to be more sensitive to what exactly video marketing is. Just a glimpse of it only. Yeah, so yeah, thanks everyone for that. If you have any questions, do feel free to type on the chat or just make yourself unmute and just ask lah.
Yeah, thanks Enchong for the very useful insight. Now the problem is that a lot of us think that video marketing is very difficult, right? Very difficult to do because I don't have the tools. I don't have, you know, I don't have the equipment. Well, today the handphone is good enough, and like I follow this guy called Sean Cannell from Think Media. He's a very he's an influencer in terms of encouraging people to start YouTube channel. And I like the way Sean Cannell say, you just got to press the record. That's it. You got to press the record. You realize the first video is bad. You roll out on your YouTube, it's bad. It doesn't get views. Then you improve along the way. I have my YouTube channel for the last 3 years, right? I started with 0 subscribers. Today I have 800, but it's a 3 years effort, right? And I'm still learning, right? So the thing is that I think Yan Chong, because Yan Chong is a practitioner, so he comes and shares really what are these are all the advices that he actually gave his client. So it's very rare that he shares with us. If not, if we are his client, we have to pay thousands just to hear him say the same thing. So we're very grateful because Yan Chong is my good friend, and we did a couple of projects together. Yan Chong also does corporate videos also, so he's done a couple of projects with me, and so and we have a passion of podcast education and all that. So I thought it's a good thing to have him here. So could we have some questions? I mean, we still have a little bit of time. Perhaps, does anyone have any questions? If you're watching on my YouTube channel, you can ask the questions there, and we will address it when we see the comments, right? Do we have any questions here? I saw a lot of aspiring digital marketers. Some I know personally, some I've spoken, right? Like Dominic Ling, Vivian Tan, Valicia Ong, Ming An, yeah, and a few others. I know some of you, right? I've seen some of you in my previous Zoom talks also. So this is a good time to share to ask any questions. Do we have any questions? If we probably have time for about 3 questions. So just type your question. Anyone?
I like me and say like here's why.
Yeah. Why? It's very important.
Yeah, I think once you create like this kind of synergy with your viewers, like you give them a compelling reason. Like you don't have to beg them. You just kind of make it like just have like this heart of a curious kid.
Yeah.
Then when that kind of strike their curiosity, right? Then that's all it takes. But of course, the content or the thing that you want to share must be valuable in the first place. Yeah, because sometimes when they share, then end up is a bit underwhelming. Then you kind of lose the viewers' attention.
And actually, that is why I formed this community where everyone can engage with one another. Yeah. So Mingan asked about what is shorts. What about shorts? What do you want to know about shorts?
You're talking about YouTube shorts.
YouTube shorts.
Actually, what regarding what exactly you're trying to, maybe you can share a little bit more, then I can be more helpful for you.
Yeah.
Oh, BB totally new. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of ingrain it into the system. Like they are part of the system, like being consumed, like just consuming, but they don't know exactly being extract out, right? You can see a whole picture. Yeah.
Now the thing about YouTube is that you have to be engaging right? It have to be something that people want. I used to start my video with, are you interested to learn with SEO?
No.
I'm here to teach you, and then I have that long 1 minute animation about me, me teaching class and all that kind of thing, and then hi everyone. By that I realized half my audience drop off. So cuts, what is best is shorts is very good because it keep to the point. One video, one point. what are you driving? Within less than a minute or minute maximum, what is the one tip that you want to give people? So shorts are very good because if you record topics that people are searching for, right? Then is very good. And it's very easy to record shorts. You just take your handphone, like what Yan Chong say, do the camera shake video, like for some impact. Then suddenly your face come in. Then say, hey, I thought of this last night. These are the top 5 These are the top 5 mistakes that marketers make. Something like that, right?
I think you don't have to even say sometimes. Some they use the music as the shorts, right? They use some already licensed music, and they just use the beat of the music to just point out the pointers, so instead of just like saying. So another tips for shorts or reels, right? Just keep it to 30 seconds. Anything less than, actually, Facebook even more stringent. Facebook is like the 23 seconds. So if you can summarize everything in 23 seconds, right, I think that's the best. I think you will spend more time trying to summarize it in 23 seconds rather than filming it. So to me, the complexity actually is shortening your content to digestible content instead of just blabbering for like a minute. The shorter, the sweeter, straight to the point, that's the best. That's the best that works for like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Stories.
And also one thing to add on to Yan Chong, right? Add some meat to it. I realized that as I started recording video, I realized that in my video content, I say a lot of the word actually. So when you are starting recording and I say a lot actually, when I have to edit, I nearly kill myself. There are nearly 10 to 15 actually. That makes it so as you record, you realize that these are some of the things that you do, right? And some people say, hey, that kind of thing. So try to minimize all this kind of thing, right? I think it will help help you at the end of the day. For example, your first 5 video will sucks. Then your next 10 will be better. By the time you record your 50th video, you can be like Yan Chong like that, very pro.
I was just telling Eugene, I only had one rehearsal on this before.
Yeah.
Now I was like, I think I'm ready, because it's been 1.5 years since I shared stuff on
yeah
platforms, because I was busy with other clients. So I thought it was a nice gesture to come back and give back to share, but I didn't have time and capacity to do myself. So I think it's not nice for Eugene to, and of course the Civil Service Club, to actually make this open for everyone to learn together. I think that is something that's important.
Yep. So do join us. I have actually put in the link to my Telegram. Do join my Telegram group, because together with the Civil Service Club, we have lined up a lot of free programs for you all the way up to July, right? Different speakers. We have Yan Chong. We have a few other speakers on mainly topics in marketing, right? And we hope to see you in future. So what happened is that the next event, I will use the same Zoom link, right? So y'all will see the updated event. If you can make it, then just join, right? So that so that you'll be informed every time when there's a new event. I will use the same Zoom link. I'll change to the event title, and if that appeals to you, do join us. So over time, we hope to see a community of people just following. I'm just giving this purely back. I'm not earning anything. I just want to make sure that everybody learn, because it's a pandemic. We are just recovering from it, that's why I call it a post-pandemic party, right? We get all the experts come together and let's learn together, right? So we'd like to thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. Some of you personally, I know some of you are my students that have taken my SEO course or SEM course, right? So we would like to thank you, and really want to thank Yan Chong from the bottom of my heart for being a friend, for being ever so generous all the time. Right? Thank you, Yan Chong.
Pleasure. Really appreciate the platform to be able to share.
Yeah, and jointly, Yan Chong and me would like to thank Civil Service Club for making this possible. Right? And if you want to catch the replay, please go to imseoking.com, right? imseoking.com. I have typed it in the Zoom chat, right? That's capital I, capital M, SEOKING.com, and you will see that there is my YouTube video. You can check out this latest live there. It will be there already, right? So thank you very much for joining. We really appreciate your time on this Friday evening, and we look forward to seeing you in the next segment. With that, thank you so much, and cheers and good night.